I'm joined by head coach Tom Palombo from Guilford College men's basketball. They were picked number 1 in this year's preseason poll. Coach, part of the reason you're picked number 1 is last year you were the ODAC champion, and you made your way into the NCAA tournament, the only team from the ODAC last year to make it into the NCAA tournament. Talk a little bit about last year's experience coming into this season for the squad.
Yeah, obviously a great experience for us. I think going through the grind of not only the ODAC regular season, but the conference tournament and the 3 tough games we played there really prepared us for the NCAA tournament. And playing Thomas More in the first round on a neutral court was was a great challenge for us. And fortunately, we were able to win that game. And then we played host Marietta, and they were very good. And on their home floor, they're really good. And they just had a little bit too much firepower for us. But a great experience. I think we gained a lot. The guys coming back from that experience will be able to take that into this year.
And that's where we're going to go. You started to touch on that. The guys coming back from last year's squad, how hungry are they to make that next step? And who are some of the guys that are ready to join a Carson Long and an Austin Thompson as all-conference competitors?
Yeah, I think our guys are very hungry. We've come out in the preseason, and we've got a lot of guys who played. Kind of like every year, coming from one year to the next. We had some guys that had some roles that were a little bit smaller last year that we're hoping can assume some bigger roles that were left by Dominique Henderson and Zach Houston and Michael Rainey from a leadership perspective. Those guys did a lot. Not to mention what they did on the court, but did a lot for us in the locker room and as leaders. So I think our guys are hungry as we come back to this year, and some of those guys assuming some new roles. PJ Stevens, Marcus Curry, guys that, Jared Rogers, Jalen Gore, Kyler Gregory, guys that, played maybe different roles last year that will hopefully assume some bigger roles this year.
And now with every program to maintain a consistent level of success, you got to have new players coming in that buy into your system and really accept your system and excel at it. Talk a little bit about your new class coming in this year and who maybe is somebody to watch, if we can say that at this point in the season.
Yeah, we've got a lot of guys in, and it's pretty early with guys competing for different spots. I think our focus in on developing those guys, and at the same time, the guys who were freshmen last year now, kind of what I just talked about, moving into their sophomore year, like a Mason Ryer, PJ Stevens, those kind of guys, and Jalen Gore kind of picking up where Zach and Dom and Michael Rainey left off, and then the new guys coming in, maybe battling some of those guys to earn some playing time, but more importantly, learn how to do things the way we do them at Guilford.
And let's talk a little bit about the league here to close things up. You were the only team, as I mentioned before, to make it to the NCAA tournament as the automatic bid. Talk a little bit about what you see from the conference this year. Is it the type of year that we can get back to multiple teams in, and how competitive will it be in the league this season?
I think so. I think, we've got a lot of teams that are going to have more of a veteran presence. I think last year the league was a little bit young. A lot of the teams. So I think this year those guys also on those teams, not just ours, but other guys assuming bigger roles and being able to flourish and show what they can do. So I anticipate the league to be it's back to its normal self this year, and hopefully we have a lot of teams on the national scene.
Coach, I want to thank you for joining me today, and good luck this season.
I appreciate it. Thanks, JJ.